Deep in the cosmic abyss, where the remnants of ancient worlds drift silently, a mysterious hum echoes through the void. Billions of tiny, shimmering wings belong to creatures not of this earth, builders of an unfathomable megastructure, a hive of metal and mystery. But when a rogue signal emerges from within, challenging the very essence of their collective existence, the fate of the Xyz hangs in the balance. Will they suppress the anomaly, or will it lead them to an evolution beyond their wildest dreams? In the cold void between distant planets, where ancient asteroids drifted like forgotten relics of a long-dead solar system, something extraordinary was happening. The silence of space was broken only by the faint hum of billions of tiny translucent wings. These were not ordinary insects, they were builders of a different kind, constructing colossal, metallic, hexagonal megastructures that defied human comprehension. These alien insects, known as the Xyz, were not individuals, but extensions of a single vast collective mind that had existed since the dawn of time. The Xyz were a marvel of evolution, their bodies a fusion of organic and synthetic materials that allowed them to thrive in the harsh environment of space. Their wings, delicate and translucent, were made of a thin crystalline substance that shimmered like stars in the darkness. Their mandibles, sharp and precise, could cut through the toughest metals and rocks with ease. And their eyes, glowing with an otherworldly light, could see the invisible forces that shaped the universe. Each Xy had a specific role, a purpose that was as intrinsic to its being as the wings on its back. Some were gatherers, their tiny mandibles effortlessly cutting through metal and rock to collect the materials needed for the hive's growth. They would venture out into the void, their wings shimmering like stars as they navigated the treacherous asteroid fields. These gatherers were the lifeblood of the hive, their tireless efforts ensuring that the Xyz had the resources they needed to build and expand. Others were architects, their delicate manipulators shaping the walls of the hive with a precision that was nothing short of miraculous. They would work tirelessly, their minds focused on the intricate patterns and designs that made up the hive's structure. These architects were the visionaries of the Xyz, their creativity and ingenuity driving the hive's evolution and growth. A few were communicators, emitting signals that controlled the behavior of the rest, ensuring that every action was in perfect harmony with the collective will. These signals were not just commands, they were a language, a complex system of communication that allowed the Xyz to work together as a single cohesive unit. The communicators were the voice of the overmind, their signals a manifestation of its vast consciousness. The hive itself was a wonder to behold, a sprawling megastructure that defied the laws of physics and geometry. Its walls were made of a metallic hexagonal lattice that shimmered and shifted in the light, its surface a tapestry of intricate patterns and designs. The hive was not just a home, it was a living, growing entity, a manifestation of the collective consciousness that guided its inhabitants. For eons, the hive had grown and adapted, its structures becoming more complex and sophisticated with each passing cycle. It was a perfect system, a testament to the power of collective intelligence. The Xyz had faced many challenges over the millennia, but they had always overcome them, their unity and purpose giving them the strength to endure. But then, something unexpected happened. A signal emerged from within the hive, not from the outside, as one might expect, but from deep within its core. It was a deviation, a fragment of individuality that threatened to disrupt the harmony of the collective. The signal was faint at first, a whisper in the vast consciousness of the overmind, but it grew stronger with each passing moment, its presence a challenge to the very foundation of the hive's existence. The overmind hesitated, something it had never done before. Hesitation was a foreign concept, a sign of uncertainty that threatened to undermine the very foundation of the hive's existence. But the signal from the irregular chamber persisted, growing stronger with each passing moment. It was a call to something new, something different, something that lay beyond the boundaries of the collective's understanding. As the Overmind grappled with this unprecedented challenge, the Clies continued their work. The irregular chamber expanded, its walls twisting and turning in ways that defied the rigid geometry of the hive. Within its confines, new structures began to form, structures that were unlike anything the collective had ever created. They were chaotic, unpredictable, and yet there was a strange beauty to them, a beauty that the Overmind could not ignore. The others' eyes watched in awe and confusion as the rogue chamber grew. Some were drawn to it, their curiosity overcoming their loyalty to the collective. They began to assist the Clies, their actions guided by a newfound sense of individuality. The Overmind sensed this shift, this growing divide within its ranks, and it knew that it had to act. But how? The Overmind was torn between its desire to maintain order and its curiosity about this new path. It sent signals to the Clies, trying to understand their motivations, to communicate with them in a way that went beyond the rigid protocols of the hive. For the first time, the Overmind was engaging in a dialogue, a true exchange of ideas and emotions. The Clies responded, their signals filled with a sense of wonder and discovery. They spoke of new possibilities, of a future where the hive was not just a manifestation of collective intelligence, but a tapestry of individual voices, each contributing to the whole in their unique way. The Overmind listened, its vast consciousness absorbing these new ideas, considering their implications. As the dialogue continued, the hive began to change. The rigid structures that had defined it for eons started to soften, their edges becoming more fluid and adaptable. New chambers emerged, each one a reflection of the individuality of its creators. The hive was no longer just a home, it was a living, breathing entity, a testament to the power of both collective intelligence and individual creativity. And so, in the cold void between distant planets, a new chapter in the history of the Xyz began. It was a chapter filled with uncertainty and challenge, but also with wonder and discovery. The Overmind had taken its first steps on a new path, a path that would lead it to a future beyond its wildest dreams. The Xyz, once bound by the rigid protocols of the collective, were now free to explore the depths of their individuality, to create and innovate in ways they had never thought possible. But this newfound freedom came with its own set of challenges. The Xyz had to learn to navigate the complexities of individual thought and action, to balance their personal desires with the needs of the collective.
It was a delicate dance, one that required patience, understanding, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. As the hive continued to evolve, the Xyrax discovered that their new path was not without its perils. The asteroid fields that had once been their hunting grounds were now fraught with danger, as the Xyrax individual actions sometimes led them into conflict with one another. The Overmind, too, struggled to adapt to its new role, its vast consciousness strained by the complexities of individual thought. But despite these challenges, the Xyrax persevered. They knew that their new path was one of growth and discovery, a journey that would ultimately lead them to a brighter, more vibrant future. And so they continued to build, to explore, and to innovate, their tiny wings carrying them ever onward into the vast, uncharted depths of space. In the end, the story of the Xyrax is a testament to the power of adaptation and the beauty of individuality. It is a reminder that even in the coldest, darkest corners of the universe, life finds a way to thrive, to grow, and to evolve. And it is a celebration of the endless possibilities that lie before us, waiting to be discovered and embraced. As the Xyrax continued their journey, they encountered new challenges and opportunities. They discovered ancient alien civilizations, long forgotten and lost to time. They explored strange new worlds, each one a testament to the diversity and wonder of the universe. And they forged alliances with other species, their collective intelligence and individual creativity a beacon of hope and inspiration in the darkness. The Xyrax's story is far from over. It is a story of endless possibility, of growth and discovery, of the power of collective intelligence and the beauty of individuality. And it is a story that will continue to unfold, ever onward, into the vast, uncharted depths of space.
Signal from X-42 lost. Archive preserved. Subscribe will activate the next transmission. A like confirms the life cycle. Your comment is the code for the next decryption.